All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye, coming to you again with another video, except got some guests this time. It's been a while since we've done a show, and I feel like we owed you this one because there's just been so much shit that's been happening that we've got to cover it all. So we're going to try and hit these points as swiftly as possible. So joining me today is my boy Lee. Say hello to the people, Lee.
Good evening, good evening. I hope everyone's well. It's nearly the football season, man. This World Cup's been lit. It's all kicking off. It's been big surprises everywhere, and we're still in it. My team are still there, man. I don't know how Gareth Southgate. It's coming home, lads. It's coming home. But yeah, man, it's all good.
Man. So hello to my boy Ola. Say hello to the people, Ola.
Yeah, back again on this show. Thank you for inviting us again. World Cup it's been a very distracting time of non-football in the season. So I'm glad we've occupied ourselves with the World Cup. There's been some fantastic games, and yeah, glad to be joining you, mans, again. I always love hanging out with yous, and yeah, thanks for inviting me on.
Right. No problem, man. No problem. Both family, you know this.
Yeah, man. 100%.
So if you guys that are all starting to flood in and tune in now, you guys will know that we're doing this thing whereby we've got the game on, we just got the game on mute. That's how you should be doing it. Unless you're keen on hearing whoever the fuck is commenting. Who is it? Or who's on today? Is it Danny Murphy by any chance? He's usually
that's enough to send you to sleep, mate.
I don't say you don't want to hear none of that shit anyway. You prefer to hear us and just be quietly watching the game in the background. But we've got so many fucking points to hit on. But let's talk about the big one, man. Football's coming home. Lee, me and you did a show like 4 weeks ago, right? Where we were both very apprehensive about England's chances. What the fuck has happened?
Oh, mate, I think the footballing gods are shining down on us, mate. Yeah? Mate, to be honest, I didn't think we'd get out of the group, right?
Yeah.
And everyone laughed at me and said, oh, well, there's Panama, there's Tunisia, blah, 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 right? The way I saw it was the squad he took wouldn't have been what I took, right? There was a lot of players in that squad that I don't think should be there, right? And I'm going to sound controversial with this, and I ain't doing it to get views or clicks like people think I am. I genuinely mean what I say, yeah? I don't think Rashford should have been there, right? I don't think he done enough for Man United over the season to warrant his spot, right? Loftus-Cheek, I don't think he should have been there. But that kid has surprised me, man. He has been brilliant when he's played. There's other players that I don't think should be. I'm not going to sit here and list them all, but the expectation level was low, right? But that's not just from me. That was from everyone. I didn't like journalists. Like normally, what they do is they big up a player like Rooney or Beckham or whoever, Lampard, Gerrard, whoever, and then they spend the whole time just mugging them off every single day. Once we get to the tournament, this time round, it's been different. It's a different feeling there, and we ain't really. I know Harry Kane's a top player, yeah. But we ain't really got that Beckham or Rooney type superstar. Do you know what I mean? So when I've watched them, they're more of a unit. It's not, oh shit, I've got to pass to Rooney or I've got to pass to Beckham. They're all fighting for each other. The only disappointment for me this World Cup for England has been Raheem Sterling. Yeah, I really, really wanted him to smash it this World Cup because of all the shit he had about a tattoo.
He got some bullshit.
But I think he's probably been our worst player. But he still ain't been bad, do you know what I mean? And what he does is a lot of work off the ball, which opens spaces up for Kane and Ali and Lingard. But I'll be honest, yeah, it's all great. When Henderson missed that penalty the other night, shit, man, I thought we were gone.
Yeah, everybody shut
we were done. Right? Yeah, but I think we'll beat Croatia. I do think we'll beat them. I think they're the ideal team to have against us because they will come at us, they'll come on to us, and then on the break, I think we'll ping them. I think Lingard and Sterling are just kill them on the break. Let's be real. Everyone's hyping up their team. The only two players they've got that are elite standard are Modric and Rakitic, yeah? Right? And if we stop Modric, who's their best player, we'll win the game. That's how I see it. Mandzukic ain't all that. Come on, man. Fucking I love Giroud over him.
Yeah, I've always said I don't think he's all that.
Yeah, man. Giroud's better than him, and you know what I think about Giroud. Do you know what I mean? But
Giroud is better than him.
Yeah, Martin's better than him. But they have got a very good goalkeeper. I'll give them their dues there. They've got a good goalkeeper, but their backline, they've got Lovren in defence, mate. Come on, man. Like, if Harry Kane can't fucking ping a few against them, then I'll be worried. But I genuinely think that the fact that there was no expectations for us to do anything has helped us. Plus the fact that the draw helped us because we were on the easier side, and all the big teams are popping out. And I said from the beginning, I think France are gold away. And it's looking like they're going to get to the final. But I do think we'll beat them. I genuinely think if we played France, if we get there, I think we'll beat them. It's coming home, lads.
Oh my gosh. This is weird. At least be positive all summer. It's really
I know. I wasn't positive today, man. You should see my Twitter today. Somebody told me I was negative and that all I do is spread negativity. All because I said nobody heard of Torriera, which we're going to come on to. And now all of a sudden he's fucking world class. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what Arsenal fans do, man. That's what all fans do, I suppose. But yeah, I was getting pelters for that one.
Oh, we'll come on to Torriera. Because I said similar in my video. I'm not going to profess like I knew who the motherfucker was this whole time. But from what I've seen, he's been brilliant. But we'll come on to Torriera. Ola, you know, me and you, we suffered our heartbreak nice and early in the tournament with Nigeria.
Yeah, man.
But I know that both of us said at the time that, you know, we're going to throw our back in towards England. And I'll tell you what, I've turned into an England fan. I've really been rooting for them the past couple of games.
That's obvious, really. You know, it's something that look, we said obviously a heritage Nigeria. If we got that dog in the fight, then we're gonna back it.
Yeah.
While they're in the fight, all we said, if you remember, I remember your words actually that you said, not as long as it's not at the expense of Nigeria, you back in England. And whatever they do, those were you know what I mean? Those were the words. Yeah. And you know, here we are. Whatever they've done so far, it's not been at the expense of Nigeria. And true to the word, we're back in England, and you know, rightfully so, because all this madness about Tottenham fans or Tottenham players playing in the England squad, I don't really give a fuck about that. You know, because when you look at all the other nations that, you know, we're watching and stuff, they've got players from rival clubs there. Just because Tottenham is like they're on our doorstep and our local rivals, don't mean we don't, you know, there's not other players from other clubs that's playing for other nations that we're owing and ironing about, and we're not worrying about, you know, who they are. So for me, that's a ridiculous argument. I think you should back the country, back your nation, and you know, wish the best for them, and hopefully they can, you know, with everybody's backing and the support, you know, it'll actually infuse the players to go out there and want to do a job for the country and bring it home. You know, once they're out of the England shit, then everybody can go back to their little faculties, their little cults, their little posses, and go back to having the little agendas that they have and do that. But while, you know, we're united as a nation right now, we're backing the whole England squad, you know, we should back it to the hill until the job is done. And for me, if you remember, Lee, I said in our WhatsApp group that whatever happens from now on, when they got to the last 8, I said for whatever happens from there on, I'm proud of them, super proud of them, because I did not, you know, nobody really gave them a chance. Well, I dug out a video the other day. Lee saw this video from 2016 when Southgate was appointed, and I was backing it. Said the man knows the players, he knows who's going to work for him, he knows who's hungry for him, and he knows how to work him. And you know, he's exactly, you know, he's proved the point. And everybody that doubted him at the time, which there was a massive amount of people that did. And obviously, he hadn't managed the team like at the top level, let alone going into the World Cup. So, you know, for me, it's surpassed all expectations, and I wish him good luck. Wish the country good luck, backing the team, and hopefully we can do it and bring it home. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I think what I've really enjoyed about England's run is, and you kind of touched on it a little bit there, Ola, is that it doesn't really matter if you're a Spurs fan or, and you know me, I hate Liverpool fans. Well, some Liverpool fans. I hate London Liverpool fans. I mean, I hate
Shitloads of them as well.
United fans, and it doesn't really matter. You know, it's the first time in a long time that I can remember a whole country is backing this team. It doesn't care if you're Muslim, Jewish, if you're gay, straight. Everybody from all colour and creeds and cultures are finally united behind something. And who knew football would be the thing that brings everybody together? And that, to me, has been what has been the most beautiful thing about this run. It's just that everybody is invested in this. Everybody is behind this team. And I never thought we'd be in a situation like this, ever. To call England World Cup semi-finalists and have a real shot at winning this thing. Not just getting to the
real shot,
but winning this thing. And Lee, I know you said offline that you honestly believe England will win. How do you see tomorrow's game panning out? First of all, do you think Southgate will stick with the same side?
Yeah, I do. I do think he'll stick with the same side. He's shown massive faith in Sterling because I would have dropped him after the first couple of games.
Me too. I was highly critical, even in the last game. And to be honest, even I was harsh in the last game.
Him and Dele Alli have been the... And I know Dele Alli scored the other day, which was the killer goal, right? But them two have just looked so far off the pace compared to the rest of the squad. Yeah, and I don't know why that is. Sterling had a wicked season, man. Do you know what I mean? I thought if he can carry that form into the World Cup, he'll be one of the standout players. But he's been pony, man. But like I said, he does a lot of work off the ball with off the ball runs, which creates space for other players. So I'd keep him in there. Dele Alli would be buzzing after his goal the other night. Lingard's been decent. But I'll tell you one player who has really shocked me, yeah, and I ain't a big fan of his either. I don't really rate him, and that's Jordan Henderson. He's been fucking brilliant, mate. He has probably been our best player.
Yeah, I agree.
He's been superb, but he needs to be bang up for it tomorrow because that ain't going to be easy in there against Rakitic and Modric. Do you know what I mean? So, but he is a good player. You know, just don't give him a penalty. But yeah, I see us winning. And like I said a little while ago, I think that if we had played Russia, Russia would have sat back. And it would have been hard for us. It would have been like watching Arsenal. Pass, no end product because they would have camped on the box, right? Because we're playing Croatia, they've got quite fast players with Perisic, Bezic, and then obviously Rakitic.
Pulisic.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? They've got good players, man. But they're going to come on to us. They're not the sort of team that are just going to sit back and try and park the bus. And that's going to go in our favour because their defence ain't all that. Right, that Pasalico at right back, he's fucking quality. He is a very good player, Atletico Madrid player. Right, he is very good. The rest of their back four ain't all that. They've got Lovren, they've got the guy Vida, is it, with the funky hairdo, with a ponytail and that. Yeah, and they ain't all that. And I think that if we get the ball down the channels and start running at them, they're fucked. And with Harry Kane's movement, the geezer's elite, man. The geezer's world class. I don't care what anyone says to me, man. I don't care that he plays for Tottenham. Yeah, he is a world-class striker, right? And he proved that against Tunisia. While everyone's spunking chances left, right and centre, he had 2 chances in that game. He took both of them. And when we needed a goal in stoppage time, his movement, after he was being wrestled the whole game against that centre-back, his movement to lose that centre-back at the crucial time was fucking unreal, mate. Just that little bit of movement, he pulled off of him and bang, game's won, we're top of the group, right? And that's what makes him better than other players in the competition, which is why, like, I look at Mandzukic and I just think, fucking mate, like, we're going to have a field day against him. It's going to be so easy mopping up against him. Maguire's a big lump. John Stones is quite big, you know, and they're quite quick as well. Mandzukic ain't got no pace. All we've got to worry about is that Kyle Walker don't have a monumental fuck up, yeah, or Trippier as well, because they have got quick wingers and they are tricky and we know that they're going to try and fucking roll around because that's what they'll all get. That's what they all do, right? But I think with our wingers and Harry Kane's movement off of their centre backs, I think it's only going one way. You know, we get the ball down the wing to Sterling. As long as Kane's making the right moves, Sterling finds him. You know, Kane ain't missing. So I think we'll win. I think they'll score, but I think we'll do them 3-1. And then we get to the final. But I just wanted to say quickly as well about Southgate, yeah? Ola, well done, because you did back that from day, yeah? Right? I didn't. Yeah. I was Southgate out. I was like, what the fuck? Right? But I'll tell you what, the more I hear the guy speak, the more I rate him. Yeah? The more he does interviews and the more I hear him. And when he fucking started giving it yes and come on and all that, mate, I love all that.
You realise it meant so much to him. And the thing is that when you really think about why that meant so much to him, he probably thought, you know what, England fans, I owe you this one. Yeah. From 1996, I owe you guys this one. And it didn't really occur to me until I saw him screaming and shouting like that. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
One last thing I want to say as well, yeah, is anybody who's not backing Harry Kane because he's Tottenham.
Oh, fuck.
Or Trippier. Mate, Trippier's penalty against fucking Colombia. Mate, what a penalty.
Yeah.
Eric Dyer, I was mugging him off when he came on, yeah? I was like, why have we brought him on? I thought that was a stupid substitution that I thought I would have brought Loftus-Cheek on. Yeah. At least he can go forward. And right? And that we just invited pressure. But Eric Dyer, to have the bollocks to stand up there when Vardy bottled a penalty, which is why Henderson went next, or Dyer went, whoever it was, he bottled a penalty, Vardy, and didn't want to take one. And he's a fucking good penalty taker, yeah? Right? But for Dyer to stand up there, take that penalty, knowing that if we score, we're through, yeah? And to stand up there and do that takes big balls, man. It's a fair play to him. Listen, whether he plays for Tottenham or fucking not, yeah? I'm English, right? He's playing in an England shirt. Don't get it twisted, though. As soon as this fucking tournament's over or we're out, yeah,
back to being
they're all fucking wankers.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go back to our little agendas, our little posses, our little faculties. Let's get back to it.
And any Tottenham fan that wants to claim glory if we do win it, yeah, about there's 5 Spurs players and this and that. I'm going to tell you something now, right? There's 4 Man United players in that squad. Phil Jones, Rashford, Ashley Young, and Jesse Lingard. Have you heard one Man United fan trying to claim glory for getting to a semi? And that sums up the difference in stature between the two fucking.
I was going to say,
yeah? Right? That sums it up. They're all lauding it because Spurs have got them to a semi when they've only got one player more than Man United in that squad. And Man United fans ain't said zip, mate. Yeah, right. So fucking let's just back them, whether they're Spurs or not. They're playing for England, yeah. And let's just fucking open pray that they fucking do it tomorrow.
And that's the thing. I can 100% agree with what you just said. Because for me, Harry Kane is playing like an England captain. He's really decided, you know what, fuck this. I'll put you motherfuckers on my back. And what he's done by doing that is he's allowing people to individually shine. I mean, speaking of another Harry, where the fuck did Harry Maguire come from?
You know what I'm saying? Just quickly on Harry Kane, right? When we played Colombia, right, I know they equalised in stoppage time, yeah, but that final 20 minutes of that normal time, Harry Kane's game management in that was fucking unbelievable, mate, yeah? He was dropping deep into midfield, yeah, and he knew what was around him, he was aware, and he thought, right, I can now turn and run at them, or I can hold the ball and draw a foul, yeah, and he kept doing it time and time again, yeah? Other players would not have done that, and they may have, you know, gone on and won the game, Colombia, right? Harry Maguire... Mate, seriously, that geezer, yeah, he just don't look like a footballer, but fuck me, he's good. Yeah, he is impressive, mate. He's mad, mate. Wenger nearly signed him once.
Oh, of course. Of course. Oh, gosh. I mean, I have to admit, because I've seen a few people in the chat room say that they would have Harry Maguire at Arsenal. Ola, what do you think about Harry Maguire?
First of all, this lad came from Hull City, right?
I believe so.
It was Hull City. And, you know, when I really first took notice of this lad, it was when he squared up with Theo Walcott. I don't know if you remember that game. Them two. And I'm thinking to myself, Walker, what the fuck? Have you got a death wish or something? Because this guy could go smash and he could just ragdoll you like Hulk, ragdoll Loki. You know what I mean? So I took note, you know, he announced himself in that game. He's always been a very, very imposing centre back. Obviously, Leicester went in for him. Paid a nice price for him as well for English centre back. But they saw the potential, even though they got relegated. They saw the potential and they snapped him up. And now, you know, a season in, and he's looking like a world beater. And you know, fair play to him. It's all down to his hard work, dedication. To get noticed in that way, and again, it wouldn't have just been getting noticed like that. Again, it's because of the groundwork that Gareth Southgate has done with the under-21s, with the under-19s, all passing through the ranks, all of them that want to be in that England setup, and he's seen these kids pass through the ranks. He knows what each player can do, what attributes they got, how hungry they are, and who's going to put in work. And you know, because he's got that idea with him, he's got that information with him, that dossier with him. You know, he chose this squad based on that. And you know, everybody moaned and whinged that Wilshere didn't go to the World Cup. I think I came out and said it to you, Chig, that you know what, I ain't got no problem with it.
People, to be honest, I was one of those people.
Yeah, and I said I ain't got a problem with him not going, because the only person that I did have a problem going was Danny Rose, because he did fuck all season and he got to go. That's the only person that I really had a problem with him taking to the World Cup. But other than that, I was happy with the squad, because if you look at everybody from top to bottom, they're all youngins. All of them, maybe Delph and Young, Ashley Young, are the only two like proper elders in that team. But the rest of them are like proper youngins that he's worked with, and it's incredible. Give it up for Oliver Forway. He said Trippier had been the best player in the tournament, and I agree with him 100%. I think for me, he's been the standout player. He's been fantastic. This guy has come to the forefront. He's taking set pieces, moving people out of the way for set pieces. Do you know how confident and how imposing you have to be to move people out of the way for you to take set pieces in the England setup in the World Cup? That is oozing.
As long
expressions.
As Harry Kane ain't
it's oozing confidence. Yeah, you know. So this guy's oozing confidence. He's pulling trees, and right for me, you know, he's been the standout player, and obviously they've got a fantastic player on their hands. Hopefully, you know, at some point one of the big guns in Europe will come and snatch him from league, because they need the money. They do need the money. So you know, they're gonna come. I hope they come around and start picking up their players, and so they can pay for their little stadium. But other than that, you know, yeah, well, it don't take long for me. It don't take long for me to throw shades, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm bleeding red, man. You know what I mean? It's not gonna take me long to start throwing shades at Tottenham. But look, sticking to World Cup, these players have been fantastic, and Harry Maguire is only going to go from strength to strength. They're talking about United eyeballing him right now, and if United is eyeballing this lad, he's the type of player they usually go for. You know, I'm sure they'd rather him and get rid of someone like Lindelof. You know, because to me, he's
Smalling, they're all dead. I don't even know doing that United.
Compared to this guy, so you know, I can see them going for someone like him. And whilst United is trying to improve their squad, Man City is going to do things to improve their squad. They've already put 60 million on Riyad Mahrez, and you know,
I'm gutted about that, by the way.
I know you are.
Well, you came out with that controversial thing about Mahrez is better than Neymar. Well, You know, you had a lot of people spitting feathers about that, and
That's
even
they don't understand football, mate. They just count stats.
And you know what? In a way, you with Neymar's antics in this football in this football campaign, in this World Cup campaign, you might have been proven right there. You know, so yeah, it's looking like it's looking like a very very competitive season coming along. But as far as this World Cup is going, we've been treated to some fantastic football, some fantastic goals, fantastic performances, some dogfights. I mean, how many games has gone to extra time? The referees have been is bare drama. I've loved this World Cup.
We've also seen a fucking last minute Ronaldo free kick to score a hat trick.
It's been incredible. It's been incredible. Let's not forget Russia. They lit up the World Cup with 5-0 to start with some stunning goals. That that game they played against Croatia, Cheryshev, that goal he scored. I mean, he 1-2 to take it off, and the ball bent. I mean, there were some fantastic goals in this World Cup, and you know, I think it's going to keep coming. And I want England to do so well. Because it's been a really really good World Cup, and people are talking about, oh yeah, but who did you play to get there? Who gives a fuck who you played to get there? When Wigan won the FA Cup, nobody was moaning about who they played to get there. When we won FA Cup against Hull City, we didn't care about who we played to get there. As long as you get to the silverware, as long as you get to the promised land, who cares whether it's Moses or Moses' brother that led you through the Red Sea? As long as you get past the Red Sea. That's the main thing.
Nobody looks back on the history books and goes, yeah, but they played this team and that team. They just see World Cup winners.
Exactly, you know. So that's the nuts and bolts of it.
To be called any type of world champion, who the fuck cares who you beat to get there? Easily, if you had to beat them, clearly they were good enough to get to that point in the first place.
Exactly. Can I just make a point here as well? If we do win it, Danny Welbeck would have won everything bar Champions League.
And you know what, Lee? To use your logic for Aaron Ramsey, that makes him a what? A legend.
Yeah, no. Rewind that shit, bruv, yeah? The reason Aaron Ramsey is a fucking legend is because... No, I'm not having that. Yeah, the reason Ramsey is a club legend is because he scored 2 goals in 2 separate cup finals to win the competition. If Danny Welbeck comes off the bench in the World Cup final and scores the winning goal, then yeah, man, Sir Danny Welbeck.
Mate, do you know all these players could get MBEs and them 3-letter words that the Queen keeps giving out to people? Do you know if they go and do these things, they could have 3 letters next to their names?
Do you know what? Yeah, right. I've been alive for 9 World Cups. Right, I'm fucking old, innit? Yeah. Yeah,
you one old motherfucker, you.
You're not far behind, but don't worry about that. Right. 9 World Cups. Yeah, I've only seen us get to 2 semi-finals, and this is the second. Right, I've never seen us get to a World Cup final. If we get to the World Cup final, I'll be gutted if we lose. But at least I've seen my country get to a World Cup final. There's not many people that can say
absolutely.
That.
True.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. One thing I will always say is that England and Nigeria are my countries, right? I can say in my lifetime that at least England got to a World Cup final. And Nigeria are Olympic champions, and no one can ever take that away from England.
Do you know what, right? Let me tell you something as well, like, because a lot of people don't know this. People were asking me this the other day. I know it's coming off topic a bit, yeah? You see Uruguay on their shirts. You know you get a star for each time you win the World Cup, yeah? Well, Uruguay have got 4 stars, but they've only won 2 World Cups. Do you know what the other 2 stars are for?
Go on.
Because they won 2...
Copa America?
No, they won 2 Olympic Games back in the 1920s.
Well, it counts for a lot.
Fuck all about football, you know what I'm saying?
It counts for a lot. It counts for a lot. You know, when you win Olympic is a pinnacle of world sports, and when you claim to be an athlete and a sports personality and you get to take part in the Olympic. You know, it doesn't. It comes around every 4 years, just like the World Cup, and that's why it's right up there. You know, so it's you know when we had the London 2010 here, the amount of gold medals we won, you know, it's something to be proud. It's something to be proud of. You can't just knock those gold medals to one side and don't say as an achievement. The amount of people that got them three-letter titles next to their names because they won the gold medal is unreal. And
it's mad, isn't it?
You know, Bradley Wiggins for riding the bike.
I was gonna say, are you riding some sort of Harley, Lee?
He needs that WD-40, man. You sell windows to people and your windows creaking and shit. What's going on with that?
No, you know what it is? I've gone out for a cigarette at the front. Obviously, there's traffic about, but no. Do you know what? Greg Rutherford, yeah, he's from MK. Do you remember back when the Olympics were on? Yeah, there's now a gold letterbox in Milton Keynes. Everyone who won a gold, their hometown got a gold letterbox. They painted it gold. Yeah, so he actually is originally from about 2 miles away from where I live. It's mad, isn't it?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Fine. World Cup, man. All right. So France are currently winning as I record this. But do you think they'll go on to close out this game? Because I must admit, ever since
Belgium are all over him, aren't they?
All Belgium, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, Chig. Oliver Forward just reminded you and I that not just Olympic World Cup Nigeria win, they've won African Cup of Nations as well, which obviously counts.
Double whammy, double whammy. You know what I mean? They've won more than England.
Regularly. They win that regularly.
Big up, Oliver.
Right, so, all right, moving on slightly. So, obviously, gosh, we've got a lot to cover. So, let's see if I can move this along. Arsenal have signed Lucas Torriera. Now, Lee, you made a point earlier. I'm going to let you fully cover it. Why?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do you want people to switch off?
How did you manage to get yourself in about this?
Do you know what it is, right? Listen, I've only seen what I've seen of him in the World Cup, yeah? Right? And let me put it to people like this before they start mugging me off, right? 6 weeks ago or 8 weeks ago, if you asked every single person that's an Arsenal fan to draft up a shortlist of 5 central defensive midfielders that they wanted, he wouldn't be on anyone's list. Fact. Because nobody had heard of him unless you watch Serie A. Yeah? And I haven't watched that since it was Gazzetta dello Sport or whatever back in the 90s on Channel 4. Yeah. He's like, Golazzo. You know what I mean? That was a wicked programme, right? But nobody would have put him in their top 5. Everyone was going, oh, let's get Seri, who, by the way, signed for Fulham today. Right, let's get Nzonzi. The only reason people wanted Nzonzi is because he scored a screamer in the Emirates Cup last season against us. Yeah, right. Fact, he ain't good enough. Right now, this lad, from what I've seen at the World Cup, mate, he looks decent. Yeah, so I'm not gonna dismiss him. Obviously not. Yeah, he's signed for Arsenal under a new manager, and I'll back anything that new manager does. Yeah. Now, what I will say is the way our fans have gone on about him is just unbelievable. To the point where, like, it's like we've signed Messi. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I know all fan bases do it, but we do it more than any other fan base.
Yeah, because we're the loudest.
Exactly. We've got the biggest Twitter people and all that. Like, do you know what I mean? And it just makes me laugh, right? And these same people, if he plays shit for the first 3 months, will be saying, "Sell him. What a flop." Yeah, we've been here. Well, it's true. Listen, there's so many hypocrites in this world, mate. Yeah. Right, which is why I try and stay true to myself, whether that goes against the grain or not. If I feel something, then I'll say it, and if people agree, cool, and if they don't, cool, right? But I always back my point, right? Now, my point is, nobody would have picked this guy to be our defensive midfielder, right? Fact. That's a fact,
Agreed.
right? Maybe 1 in a million or 1 in 100,000, whatever, would have said, yeah.
Said he's 5'6", and he plays in the Italian league. You'd be like, who the fuck is that?
Exactly. Right now, what gets me so wound up, right, is the fact that everyone sits there watching Uruguay, and like I've seen tweets saying, "Yeah, he's great. He tackles with his head." Yeah, so does Phil Jones. Like, seriously, I'm not going to mug him off, because the real judgment is not a World Cup, mate. Because international football is completely different to club football. And let's be real, there's been bigger and better names that have had wicked World Cups and then flopped in the Premier League after they've been signed, right? Now, I hope to God this guy is as good as everyone keeps fucking telling me he is. But that remains to be seen. And that will only be seen when he plays for Arsenal, not just one game or 2 games, but 15, 20 games. Then we can all make a judgment as to whether this guy's decent. We've seen this 2 seasons ago with Granit Xhaka, right? And I'm not saying he's a defensive midfielder, because he ain't. I don't even know what he is, right? But he looked like a fucking world beater in Germany. Look at his passing range. Look at this. Look at that. He's come here, and let's have it right. He's been fucking dog shit. Yeah, he has. He's had good games, but everyone has a good game. Fucking, you know, Peter Crouch and fucking Andy Carroll have fucking world beater days. Do you know what I mean? Right? But the way our fans have gone on, I know everyone's excited because it's like we've signed a fuckload of players in a short space of time. I get that. I totally get that, right? But let's not hype this lad up. And remember, he is only a kid. He's only, what, 21, 22?
All right. So let me ask you this question real quick. From what you've seen, based strictly on what you've seen, do you like the look of the player?
100%. 100%, mate. Yeah, I think that for the size of him, because he is only tiny, I think he's, what, 5'6"?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's only little. The only thing that worries me is his height, because when it comes up against a Wanyama or a De Bruyne, a big, imposing 6 foot plus fucking lump, yeah, that's what worries me. We've had somebody of his size in Coquelin, right? And Coquelin, when he burst back into the team when we called him back from Charlton, was fucking immense. So, yeah, from what I've seen, he played against Portugal and done very well, and he played against France and done very well, right? But at the same time, let's not boost these players up that we're signing to be unbelievably fucking great, and then in 3 months' time, all sit there and slag him off saying they're shit. Do you know what I mean? And that's what winds me up with football fans, not just Arsenal, but Arsenal do it more than any other fucking club, mate. That's why I put a poll up tonight about how many world-class players do Arsenal have. And somebody tweeted me back and said, why have you put 6+ on there? Yeah, right? And I said, because the way our fans...
I was laughing.
Yeah, the way our fans...
I was laughing earlier when you did that.
They'd tell you that we've got fucking about 10 world-class players. Well, if that's the case, we've been shit all season. Do you know what I mean? And this is the problem. We big up our players so much, yeah, that people do it all over social media. And then when them players do play shit for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, them people then can't come out and criticise them players because they will lose face by doing so. Yeah, so how about let's just keep it real. We've signed a very good young player for a very good fee. It's a cheap fee, but this is the fucking Premier League, mate, and bigger and better players have flopped. So let's not build him up too much.
I will say this though, to be fair, and Majid made the point that I was about to make myself. Kante isn't bigger than this kid, and you know me, I love me a bit of Kante. So
no, that's fair. That's fair, but there's been times when there's been, listen, Chelsea's team are a bunch of units, mate. Let's be real, yeah. They had Matic there last season or season before, sorry, yeah, and Kante is fucking, he's 1 in a fucking million, mate. The geezer's fucking, nobody can get near him, right? There's not many Kantes about. If this geezer can be half as good as Kante, we've got a fucking top player. Yeah, simple as that, right?
He's done well in locking up Belgium tonight. God, some of the interceptions he's made tonight, man, it's been unreal. But at the same time, he just jacked the ball off of them.
But if you look at the players that are next to him for France, he's got Pogba, 6'3", big imposing figure. He's got Matuidi, 6 foot, big imposing figure. And Zonzi's on the pitch now, another big imposing figure. Right, so it makes it a lot easier when you've got 6 foot lumps all around him.
All right.
Yeah, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be negative, and I'm not trying to dismiss the signing. Yeah, because listen, we've signed a top player, right? But I'm saying let's not big this kid up to be a fucking Messi-esque signing before he's even kicked the ball for us. Do you know what I mean?
Too much pressure on him. I hear what you say. Let me ask you this then, because I know he's your boy, and I don't want this to come across like shots fired towards him. Right? It is incredibly high on Xhaka. to the point where I'm like, what are you seeing that I'm not? Like, my man gave him a 7 out of 10 last season. I'm like, for what?
No, I don't agree with that.
What did you see, right? Now, and I know another person, another friend of the show, who is very, very high on Xhaka. Funny enough, ain't even an Arsenal fan, and that's Stel. And both of these guys have basically said, if you buy a Torriera-like character to sit next to a Xhaka, you're going to see the best of Xhaka. Now, you mentioned that Kante plays alongside Matic. Can Xhaka...
Well, he did play alongside Matic. You don't anymore, does he?
Yeah, I know. But can Xhaka be our Matic?
No. Simple as that. I'll tell you why. I've seen Milk turn quicker than Xhaka. Right? Mate, I thought Mertesacker was slow. Fucking mate, that geezer's running backwards. Yeah? Let's be real. Yeah? I'm not good. Listen, I'm not biased towards our players, right? If I think they're shit or I don't think they're great, I'm going to say it. But come the first whistle to the last whistle of a football match, I will back every single one of them. Danny Welbeck is the fucking prime example of that. The geezer is fucking garbage, yeah? When I was out in Östersund, me and Johnny Short, big up Johnny, by the way, yeah? We were stood next to each other behind the goal. Welbeck nearly kissed me. He was that fucking close to me when he missed a sitter and he's hanging on to the fucking, the big net behind the goal. Yeah, and I'm like, unlucky, Danny, keep fucking going, son. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? The geezer's shit, but I'm bigging him up, right? Now, Xhaka, for me, what does he do? You can have 92% pass accuracy. What nobody fucking tells us with these pass stats bullshit is how many of them fucking passes were forward. Yeah? Nobody ever tells us that. It's, he had 92% pass accuracy. Yeah? Tell me how many were forward then. Because every time that geezer gets the ball, he goes backwards or sideways, yeah? Now, he ain't physical enough. He doesn't use his size enough. Because he is quite a big lad, Xhaka, but he don't use it enough. He ain't going fucking... I know he does stupid tackles and he'll clatter a few people, but that's using it stupidly, yeah? I'm talking about strength on the ball, yeah? He's weak as piss for his size, right? If you put somebody like Pogba next to him, yeah, then yeah, I'd go, yeah, this geezer's going to be fucking unreal, right? But I don't want this kid to have so much pressure on him before he's kicked a ball for Arsenal, because what will happen is, as soon as he has a few shit games, everyone will fucking turn on him. Yeah, and that's out of order, right? Look at the shit Iwobi gets all season, right? Because everyone built him up because he came in, burst on the scene, scored against Everton. Everyone boosted him, and now they expect that every week. He don't do it every week, and it's always fucking shit. Yeah, like, I don't want that. This is a new era, a new manager, new ideas, right? Let's just fucking see where it goes. Let's have no expectations. For me, if we finish 5th next season and win 2 away games in a calendar fucking year, that's an improvement. Yeah, it is. If we get anything else out of the season better than that, fair play. But for me, I'm just happy we've had change. I'm happy with how our business is going. I think that all 4 of the players we've signed, even the young lad, yeah, we don't know about the young kid from Lorient that signed, yeah, even that's another one for the future, right? But the way fans go on, it's just like, you know, you would have thought we'd sign Modric or Messi or Ronaldo today. It's like, come on, man. Like, nobody knew this kid 6 weeks ago, and now everyone's fucking an expert on him because they've watched him 3 games in a World Cup. And I'm not trying to be negative when I say that.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I'm going to play devil's advocate with you slightly, and Ola, I'm going to bring you in a minute. But I must admit, I hear what you're saying, because the fans have put a lot of expectation on someone essentially a kid. He's 22 years.
How old's Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah? What, 18 months younger than this geezer we've signed today? Yeah.
So it is important to remember that, and from that point of view, I completely get what you're saying.
Yeah. But the problem is, Chris, you can have a civilized conversation about it. Yeah. A lot of people just go, "Oh, why is he fucking hating?" Yeah, without actually reading what I tweeted. Yeah. I'm just saying, look, nobody knew who he was. Now everyone thinks he's world class. That is Arsenal Twitter. And then what will happen is in 6 months, when he ain't world class like you all bigged him up to be, if that happens, you'll be fucking beating the drum to fucking get him out.
What I will say, just to counter that a little bit, is, to be honest with you, I get the hype a little bit. And here, let me explain why.
No, I agree. I get it as well from what I've seen.
let me explain what I mean, because I think people in the chat room, like Majid and people like that, have touched on it a little bit. And that is, I think the fans are just excited that we're finally addressing issues. Oh, we need a defensive midfielder. We'll go and get one. We need a goalkeeper. I never thought we'd get one, to be real. We've got one. Now, whether you think he's world-class or not is another fucking debate. But at least they've decided, fuck it, we've identified Leno, we'll bring him in. You know, we needed a no-nonsense central defender. Fuck it. We'll get my man, bring him in. We needed a right back.
Can you pronounce his surname?
I
get what you're saying. And Chris, you've known me long enough, right? And you've seen my tweets and we speak on text and that, yeah? All summer, I have been so positive, yeah? I've been on my Instagram, my Twitter, texting you, saying I'm loving how we're doing our business and how we're going about things, right? Soon as I put something out about this guy, Torriera, whatever his name is, yeah, it's like, oh, you're being negative. Yeah, how about read all my fucking tweets all summer? Yeah, because I'm so optimistic this season. Yeah, I'm not going to go out there going, we're going to fucking win it, or we're going to get top 4, or we're going to do this. But inside, I know that we're going to do better than what I'm predicting, right? But if I raise the bar and tweet that sort of shit, that shit comes back to bite you later down the road, yeah? For example, if I tweet, we're definitely going to get top 4, when we don't get top 4, people are going, oh, you're a fucking dickhead, didn't you? Right? So how about let's just chill, yeah? Let's just chill, right? And let's just see what happens. He hasn't even kicked a ball in training for Arsenal yet. He's 21 years old. He's had a half-decent season from what I gather over in Italy, right? But let's be real. Nobody watches Sampdoria, mate, right? And if they're telling you they are, they're fucking lying. Yeah,
Colin begs to differ, man. Colin says he's been watching him for the last 2 seasons, man.
All right, Colin. Colin.
I just go drop that in there.
I know.
Colin, big up. You know what I mean? I drop that in there.
Colin does watch Serie A, to be fair. I know that as fact, yeah. But there's so many so-called experts out there now that are making out that they've known this geezer for time and he's fucking great and this and that and this club were after him and that club were after him and this and that and we've fucking gazumped Napoli. Cool. That's cool. Let's just fucking chill and see what he does for Arsenal before making a judgment on him based on 3 games in international football, which is slower, yeah, more technical, and fucking at a World Cup so everyone's cagey. He's been fantastic at the World Cup, and I am so excited that we've signed him. But let's not fucking boost him up too high just yet. Let's see how he gets on. That's all I'm saying.
And Lee, I'll tell you why people are a little bit gassed about this signing as well. And rightfully they should, because if you look at all the other, say, 3 other windows that we have, maybe apart from the Euros, which we didn't really take part in, because we got knocked the fuck out by Iceland. People when you get to see the player you're signing. You remember when we saw Rosicky in the World Cup before we signed him? Yeah. And he hit that bloody screamer from us. Yeah. Everybody was losing their shit. So when we sign a player,
I do get it.
You know what I mean?
I do get it.
I think the World Cup has played a part in how much people
the best thing that's come out of it is the fact that the lads come out of the World Cup without injury. That's the best part for me. He's come out of the World Cup. He can go back to Uruguay now. Right. He can go and chill with his friends and family. He's probably not going to play a part in the first couple of games of the season. Yeah. But he's going to get a massive reception when he does start a game, especially at the Emirates, right? But let's not get carried away yet, right? Listen, it's still Arsenal. We've still got fucking bang average players at this football club. Let's hope. We have. Let's be real. Let's not dress it up. We've still got players here that shouldn't be here. Cole Jenkinson, what the fuck is that all about?
Yeah. Oh, please, don't fucking get me started on that.
But let's just chill. That's what I'm saying. Let's not get too hyped, mate. Inside, I'm fucking buzzing. Right, we've got rid of the last manager. We've got a new manager in. Yeah, most of our players are back in training. We've signed 4 players, and all the other teams around us, most of their players are still at the World Cup. Yeah, so we've got a head start already. Yeah, what I'm saying is let's just not pile the pressure on, because the same people that are hyping everything are going to be the same ones that are going to fucking get on the bandwagon soon as we start losing and start cussing the manager, cussing the players that we've signed. Yeah. Like I've said before, he gets a free pass, Emery, for me all season, right? Yeah. And all these players I'm not going to big them all up. Yes, I'm buzzing that we've signed Leno. Yes, I'm buzzing we've signed Lichtsteiner and Socrates. And this guy today. But this is still work in progress. It's not going to take one window to fix the shit that's been left behind, yeah? So let's just chill and see where it goes, isn't it? Rather than putting so much pressure on these people and it not going how you thought it was going to go because you're suddenly an expert and you've watched 3 games of him. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I
think we'll get top 4, though, to be honest. I do. Purely on the basis that we've brought in... Because I hear what you're saying. You know, none of these guys that we bought are the finished article. And I think...
Socrates is, I think. And Lichtsteiner, both of them are, I think. Both of them. They're Leno's not.
Yeah, so I think with that in mind, it's always best to kind of just remember to everybody, we're not going to suddenly win the fucking league off the back of these signings.
Exactly.
But I think we've done enough to just say, you know what, we've addressed a big problem.
Yeah. And the 4 players we've signed have been signed in positions that have been crying out to be fucking filled for years, right?
Fine.
And I am so happy that in the first 7 weeks that this manager's been in charge, he's gone out there and gone bang, 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 bang. 4 players in 4 positions that we have needed to fix. Yeah. So on that side, mate, inside, I'm fucking screaming. I'm so giddy and jumping but I'm trying to keep it reined in because I don't want to sit there and go, oh, let's fucking go. Oh, we're going to win the league. We're going to do that. Mate, I've seen people tweeting out today we've signed the best CDM in the world. Yeah, come on. Really? I've seen people, I'm not going to name the guy, but you all know this guy. I've seen something he put on Facebook that somebody sent to me that is better than Pogba, Wanyama, and fucking Kante put together. Come the fuck on.
Okay, I don't know who that is. You're going to have to tell me offline.
Yeah, I'll tell you offline. But that's what I'm saying. People are getting so over the top with it, right? And listen, I admire everyone's enthusiasm, and I don't want to be a killjoy or nothing, but they're setting themselves up to fail here if it goes the other way.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Look, it goes back to everybody think they got the prettiest wife at home. So when you got a player, you know what I'm trying to say? Everybody thinks they got the prettiest wife at home. So when you got a player and he's in your rankings and is at your club, is playing for you, you're gonna big him up and say, yeah, he's better than. Look, I get what people are saying. I see where you're coming from, right? But what I've been so happy about in terms of, you touched on it earlier on, is the way we're identifying things. We're not faffing around.
Yeah.
Even when we sign broken players like Karlstrom, it's taking 1,000,000 years to get the fucking deal over the fucking line.
Yeah.
So to sign all these other players like Papastadopoulos,
yes, Ola.
Lichtsteiner. Yeah, man. I've been working on the name. So I just want to drop it. I just want to drop it like that so everybody know. Man's been putting in work on that name there, Papastadopoulos. You understand? So yeah.
And that's the thing. So funny enough, and Ola knows this already, but I was going back and forth with Karen Russell. Big up, Karen, because I know you're in the chat.
Lovely lady. Lovely. I've met her loads of times last season.
Yeah, man. Lovely.
Oh, does she? Oh, she's a sweet.
She got some mad chemistry going on with Chig, man. I'm loving it, man. You two should audition for Love Island, man. You could be the next Daniel Jack, goddammit.
Don't stop doing that. You're good people, right?
No, man, I'm just yanking your chain, man. I'm just pulling your legs.
And me and her were like saying, this is going to be the one summer where no Arsenal fans going to even bother tuning into Sky Sports News. Going to be like, fuck it, on transfer deadline day. We're just going to be like, fuck it, it's just another day. And it's been a long time since we could have said that. A long time since nobody ever had to stress about what kind of last-minute deals can Arsenal get over the line. We need somebody. We need anything just to lift the fans. Now all Arsenal fans are looking forward to the start of the season.
And the good thing as well is that, like I said, the fact that a lot of our players never went to the World Cup, right? And the ones that have gone to the World Cup, barring a handful, are already back in training, right? So we haven't had this for a long time, where all the players are back in training and they're all a unit and they're all getting. And plus the fact we've got a new manager with new ideas, it's fucking vital that everyone's on side straight away and doing from day one. And having a full pre-season, yeah. So I'm super excited, mate. Listen, I am so happy. You know what I thought? Yeah, I wanted the last manager gone for a long, long time. Right, we've got that.
You can't call his name, can you?
I said it at the beginning. You didn't pick up on it, right? But I'm so happy that it's just completely different ideas. That listen, mate, we could get spanked 10-0 every game of the season and get fucking relegated. I ain't gonna slag him off. Yeah, I ain't. How can somebody who's been avid out of the last manager, yeah, sit there and get on the case of the new manager? You can't do that, man. It's hypocritical, right? And that's why I never went to the last few games of the season. Everyone was going, oh, you should go, say farewell, celebrate the success. Yeah, I did that when we done it, right? It's like celebrating your 18th birthday again when you're 30, innit? Do you know what I mean? Fucking calm down, right? So I'm not a hypocrite. I've said that I'll back this guy. He's got a free pass all season. I don't give a fuck if we lose every game. Yeah, I'm just happy that we've got change.
That we've got change.
Not just change as manager, but change of philosophy. Yeah, because
change
everything
of culture.
we're doing, exactly. We want a player, bang, we're buying the player. We want a player, gone, see you later, Jack. Yeah, we want to fucking sign a player to sign a new deal, bang, Ozil, your deal signed. Yeah, like whatever. Fucking, that's how we're rolling with it now. Yeah, and that is acting like an elite, top-tier football club, which is all I've wanted us to do for the last fucking 7 years.
Yeah, here. I completely agree with you. One thing I would say is, I said for a long time, Ivan, if you can get rid of Arsene Wenger, I'll stop calling you a weasel.
Exactly, mate. They fully done their jobs, man, this summer. Right. But one thing I will say, and again, this is probably going to sound very negative, right? I don't think we should stop here, right? I think that we do still need more players. Obviously, it's not going to happen overnight, as I said, right? But this summer, we badly need a winger, right?
Well, that was what I was actually going to come on to.
See, I'm good at this shit, aren't
I? Yeah, you are.
Well, we were speaking about that earlier on, weren't we?
Yeah. So let me bring
with Karen.
That was something.
I don't know. I just guessed, and I'm right.
That was something else I was talking about with the lovely Karen. Was the fact that, she didn't want us to stop either. And winger is the thing that people have been tweeting me about all afternoon. Yeah, but shit, don't you think we need a winger? Don't you think we need a winger? I fucking do think we need a winner. Do I think it's going to happen? I have my doubts because I have this worrying, nagging feeling that we're looking to keep Mustafi. And because of that, I can't see us
I'm not worried about keeping Mustafi. Do you know that? Right?
I think he's useless.
I've said on this show a few weeks back when we last done one, 6 weeks back, whenever it was, right? I've said everyone's got a season under this manager, right? Yes, there's players here that I don't think should be here. Jenkinson, one of them. Welbeck, another one. Yeah, other players. I'm not going to go into all of them. I'll be here fucking forever, right? But at the end of the day, under this new manager, you've got to give him a season, right? Now, the fact that we've got most of our business, maybe all of our business, done now, means that we've now got the next month. And let's remember, the window closes 2 days before the season starts this year. Yeah? So it's not going on 6 weeks into the fucking season, right? We've now got 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it is, 33 days, I think it is, yeah? To get players out of the club that we don't want this season, out on loan or sell them or whatever, right? I've also said on here, the fact that we've bought these players and they're all relatively cheap, yeah? I've said this and I've tweeted this. I think the fact that we've got Socrates for 18 mil, Leno 20 mil, Lichtsteiner on a free and this guy for 25 mil, I think we're going to go and buy a big name. And I think that will be a left winger. Who that is, I ain't got fucking Scooby, right?
Well, I have a different dynamics on this, Lee. I was speaking to Chig and lovely Karen Russell on Twitter, and I actually think one of the players within our squad has done something to convince Emery that they could take that position and make it their own. And I feel like he's the type of manager that would give him a chance. Because of our objective this season, I don't think we're going to go out and get that expensive winger that we're all craving for right now, because we're not really looking to go out there and win the league. We're probably going to look to improve on what we did last season, like you said, 5th, 4th. And, it's a thing where I think one of the players that we already got within our ranks, like Lucas Perez, like Rhys Nelson, maybe Welbeck when he comes back, who knows? But I think one of those guys in there in training somehow might have convinced him that, look, I could do this job, and obviously if I don't come through or if I don't do what you want, then the following season you can then go on and make that sale, or get that signing in. So
no, that's a good point. And Lucas Perez is decent, man.
I think we've made a lot of good signings in this window, and I don't think, in my opinion, we need to go and spunk 50-60 million on the winger based on what our objective is going to be next season, which is just breaking into the top 4.
No,
so after next season, if we do well, then we can go and move up that next level, move up that next tier in the type of signings that we're going to make, and that will probably be a gain with some of the guys that we've already signed in this window in Lichtsteiner and Papastathopoulos. We can move those two out and bring in proper centre backs with good age on their side, and or promote some of the guys that we've got in Chambers that we've just given a contract to, depending on how he improves this season. So it's just looking at what our objectives are, how we achieve it, and then that I think would determine what Emery does next. So going to spunk another 50-60 million on a big winger, I don't think we're going to be doing that in this window. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's only right to give the guys that we got within our squad right now a fair crack of the whip to prove to Emery that they can deliver. And if it doesn't, then you can't blame Emery for actually going out and purchasing somebody if they don't do what he wants. It's a bit like how Pep did it the last season. He brought in Bravo. If you don't do what I want, I'll go get Ederson. He brought in whoever it was on right back. You don't do it, I'm gonna get Kyle Walker. The same thing with what's his name that got injured, Mendy. If you don't do that job that I want, I'll just go and improve on it. And I think that's what's gonna happen based on the achievements, based on what the results are, based on if we're hitting our objectives. I think it's going to determine what money is being released to him, and I think the board are open to backing him. The people that we got behind the scenes in the IRS, as they're known, Ivan, Raul, and Sven. They're doing a fantastic job. They're so swift. They're getting all these deals done, and I think they probably got people lined up for next season that they're going to be looking to bring into the squad to progress the team. So I'm highly positive about this season. Obviously, not getting carried away in terms of we're going to win the league, because I know that's not our objective. That's never going to it's not realistic to make that our objective. So it's just simple steps. Simple progresses is how I feel it's going.
One winner who's not an option anymore is Lee's boy Mahrez. He's just completed his move.
Devastated.
Damn. I'm gonna lie. I think he would have suited us.
Mate, everyone who laughs at me when I say he's top drawer is fucking brilliant, world class, best player in the league. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, there you go. The best coach in world football wants him. Just done 60 million on him. What do I fucking know?
So Colin asked an interesting question. Let me ask you guys this. So I was going to ask you this question about Perez, but he's asked if you guys feel like Joel Campbell could be more likely to yourself. Bearing in mind what Lee just said about every player has a job. Does that include Joel Campbell?
That includes Danny Welbeck, mate.
Okay.
That includes. I said this to you, yeah? Everybody knows my thoughts on Bellerin, right? Everybody knows my thoughts on Welbeck. Everybody knows my thoughts on fucking other players in the squad. Koscielny, yeah? Right? Players like that, right? Every single player, it's a clean slate. Right? Now, they've all got to step up. And let's be real, this manager's got no loyalty to any of these players.
True.
Yeah, maybe the ones
that's the greatest thing about it. That's what's so nice about it.
Yeah, maybe the ones he signed, they're his players, right? So he's got a little bit of loyalty to them. So maybe they're his go-to players. The Hector Bellerin needs to fix the fuck up this season. Otherwise, he knows he's going to get dropped. Whereas last season, he knew he was getting in the team regardless. Yeah, we've signed Socrates. Right now, for me, Koscielny's been finished for 18 months. Right, he has.
Yeah, but
and listen, that's not his fault entirely because he's got that Achilles injury. Yeah, right. But he's not been the same player for the last 18 months as he was previously. Yeah. So let's say he starts. I think. Let's say he starts. Yeah. Right. I think he's captain now, isn't he? Is he captain?
Who?
Koscielny. Somebody told me the other day he's been made club captain. Is that true?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right. Well, regardless, right? He knows that Socrates and Mustafi knows this is breathing down their necks. Yeah. Right. So if they have a shit game, if they start, bang, Socrates is straight in. Personally, I think he's starting anyway. Yeah. Czech knows Leno's the main man of the new manager. So is Czech going to start? We don't know. We'll see against Man City, right? Personally, I think Leno's number one. Yeah, regardless of squad number, yeah? But we've needed that for a long time. This manager's got no loyalty to any of these other players, yeah? So all this pre-season's going to be about is seeing which players want it and which players fucking don't. Which players buy into his mentality, his philosophy, and his training regimes and actually fucking want to impress him, and which ones don't. And he will make the judgment as to which players he's going to keep, bench, and fucking sell. Right? Joel Campbell, I think he got done a rough deal at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a sign-in just to shut the fans up.
Yeah.
Lucas Perez the same. Lucas Perez, every time that geezer played, he done something. He scored. Mate, that geezer scored a Champions League hat-trick and got dropped the next fucking game. Has that ever happened, ever?
It's just ridiculous.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
For me, Lucas Perez, I sort of agree with what you said a minute ago, Ola, about we don't need to go and do 60 mil on a fucking winger. I agree with that, yeah? Right? But at the same time, if we can get the best out of Lucas Perez, that geezer's dangerous, man. And his left foot, if we play him on the left side, is exactly
I love it. I've been to see him play a few times, and one of those games was against Nottingham Forest. We've done a few in Champions League as well, and he's dangerous. He's dangerous in the box. Like he's as direct as they come.
That goal he scored against Bournemouth, was it? That fucking volley. What a goal!
Oh man, what a goal! What a goal! Remember that actually, yeah.
What is the harm having more finishers in the team?
That's the thing. I mean, somebody like Danny Welbeck is the perfect Unai Emery type player. He's physical, he's strong, he's quick, he will run
industrious.
and fucking run. Yeah. He's not the most gifted, but he's a workhorse. And that is an Emery type player, which is why Danny Welbeck ain't going nowhere. Right? Because he will put a fucking shift in for the team and for the manager, yeah? Right? Other players need to buy into that. Right? I'm not mentioning any names, but they will be fucking on the shortlist to be sold if they don't. Yeah. And from what I gather and what I've seen so far, this manager ain't getting potted next season, regardless of results. He ain't getting potted next summer. So if a player, no matter how big or small that player is in stature at the club, if that player don't buy into this manager's philosophy, that manager calls the fucking shots and Gazidis and the ball to back him. Right? So listen, Joel Campbell, like I said, he's not the greatest player, but he had a raw deal, and we've never really seen what he can do consistently because he was always in and out the team, benched and subbed and all that, yeah? Same with Perez. Perez, for me, certain games this season, he should be starting. But,
I mean, we got a lot of fixtures coming in this season. There's so many fixtures, you know, with the Europa League campaign coming in as well. You know, there's going to be plenty of games for everybody to go around and prove their worth to Unai, but not just to Unai now. That's not what I want to see. I want to see them proving themselves to the fans, because I think the same players most of them that was there this season, they owe the fans a fucking performance this season. Yes. Not just the manager, because forget the manager. To win one away fucking fixture the entire fucking year, 2018, it's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace.
And do you know what, Ola, right? What you just said there is fucking spot on, right? And I hope, like, especially the away games, yeah? When we lose an away game, when we lose an away game, right? They all march straight off down the fucking tunnel, yeah? That needs to fucking change this season, right? The only players who ever come over after a loss are Petr Cech, and he don't do it every game. Jack Wilshere is now not at the fucking club, and good luck to him at West Ham, right? Rob Holding, who's a kid. Let's be real, he's a kid. Yeah. And who's the other one? Fucking hell, he's gone out of my head.
Bellerin.
Bellerin, yeah.
You see,
yeah. And they're the only ones who
I've always put that on Wenger. I've always put that on Arsene Wenger though, because you're the fucking manager. You should be telling them these fans have paid and come a long way wherever it is they've come from to come and support you, and you lot walk down the fucking tunnel like a bunch of cockroaches. You know, you can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
That attitude has to change.
And you see, when Klopp went to Liverpool, everyone can mug him off doing the fucking all holding hands and fucking ray. Yeah, even when they lose, mate, that gives something back to the fans, right? Whether you've won, lost, or drawn.
It makes the fans get behind you, 100%.
Exactly.
Worship Klopp, because he wears his heart on his sleeve, but he expects his players to do the same. He expects his players to go to the fans and apologise for that bullshit. Or go to the fans and celebrate with the fans who have come all this way to see that brilliant performance.
Mate, Newcastle away, I didn't go in the end. Yeah, I had a ticket and I fucked it off. It was 6 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy. That man, they were spending £600 a night on. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was mad. I'm doing it this season though, and I hope you're coming as well.
Yeah, man. I'm on it this season, man. I'm on a lot of things this season, man.
That game,
trust me,
right?
Got me paying £100 for taxes and shit last time. God damn it,
man. Fuck that. I'll drive. We'll plot up at the hotel and park my car park, bro. Yeah, I drive everywhere.
Yeah, man, let's do it. You're on this pub crawl. You're on this pub crawl on the 28th. Yeah, you're on this pub crawl.
Yeah, I'm on it. But that Newcastle away game, I thought, why am I going to give up 12, 13-hour drive there and back, right? When the season meant nothing, it was done. I sold my ticket, right? That game, I know people that went to that game. Yeah, apparently, only one fucking player, and that was Rob Holding, I believe. Yeah, went and fucking clapped the away fans. It's fucking Newcastle. Newcastle, the furthest away game we have. We've lost, played shit, and the youngest player on the fucking pitch that day went and clapped the fans while everyone else marched off down the tunnel. That
fucking disgrace.
To fucking stop, mate, yeah? Because when we played Tottenham away at Wembley, right, after we lost, right, and listen, they should have battered us that day and we nearly nicked it at the end, a draw, yeah? Right? Jack Wilshere came over to the away fans and he apologised. He said, I'm so sorry. We tried. It weren't good enough today. We'll try everything. He was standing there nearly in tears, mate, yeah? And we've got rid of him. So I'm hoping that this new manager instills something in these fucking players where they've got a different mentality. And even when you lose, and this is what Klopp does, right? Even when you lose, you go and embrace your fans and say thank you and sorry and all that, yeah? Because then when you are under the cosh, they'll always fucking...
They're the one that will get you out of the, you know what I mean? Yeah. They'll get you out of trouble.
Whereas our fans... we start losing, it's our fucking, we've given up. Because we've seen it so many times and we have no faith. Yeah, Liverpool fans, they could be 3-0 down. Yeah, they'll still back their team and they'll fucking try and pull it back. Yeah, and they'll back them to the hill. We need to do that.
Sorry to cut you there, Lee. Karen has just made a very, very important comment here. She said, did you see what Unai said about the table and 4 legs and how important we are as fans for the club?
Yeah,
right.
I love him, man. I love him.
And this guy is getting us. I didn't think he was going to get the fans on side so quickly, you know, so rapidly. And the way he's going about it, people saying he can't speak English, but the way the analogies that he brings, the way he tries to describe what he's trying to say, and he lays the card out on the table. So what I've been so impressed with the club as well is the transparency that they've been dealing with the fans this season. I mean, it's been unreal. We've seen
more and more training clips on. Bro, I was practically coming over watching Leno train and just do some shit that I'm sure Wenger wasn't doing with these damn keepers. Like really pushing these keepers and actually telling them what to do.
The transparency has been incredible, and that's the culture change. Like I said, I don't really care what the result is, but if the culture change comes, then the result will come with it. Right? Everything else will come with it.
Is for them to go out, wear that shirt, with pride, right, and play for the shirt, and give 100% every fucking game. Leave
fight for your fans
on that pitch, right? And if you do that, and we lose 3-0, but we can see that you've given everything, and you're all absolutely fucked, nobody can ever complain. Look at when we lost to Man United at home 3-1, yeah? We did 2 fucking dickhead moves in the first 10 minutes. After that, they all stepped up and we battered United. So after that game, there was not one single Arsenal fan that was fucking pissed off because we gave everything. It was just 2 stupid moves, yeah? Right?
Effort. That's all we want to see is effort.
Exactly.
Effort. Care. Care as much as we do. Fucking care as half as much as we do. That's all I ask, personally. Shit.
Bro, a lot of these players see it as a job, though, man. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't get it. Yeah, they'll never get it because a lot of them, or the majority of them, if not all of them, at Arsenal or any other club, don't support that club. Yeah. So they'll never ever love the club as much as a football fan who supports that club. Yeah. But when you get a player, somebody like Gigi Buffon, yeah, mate, that geezer, you cut him, he fucking bleeds Juventus. I know he's just signed for you for PSG, yeah, right. That geezer epitomises what a professional footballer should be all about, yeah? Everything. That geezer, he'll fucking jump around cheering every save he makes, yeah? Fucking grabbing his centre-back when they've blocked a fucking shot. That is what we want to see because that gets the fans lifted. That gets everybody fucking on side. And even if you lose, you know they fucking care.
I 100% agree. And speaking of which, because I just want to touch on a couple of subjects because I can see we're running quite long at the moment.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of people that are bleeding the club, Jack. So Jack has left, and he's gone to his boyhood club. He's gone to West Ham. Just quickly, both of you, what are your feelings about the move?
Good luck to him.
You go, Ola. Go on.
Good luck to him. I feel everybody's mugging him off for going to West Ham, talking about it's a mediocre club. Look, West Ham is still a very good club, and by the trouble they've had with their stadium and the stadium move not going as smoothly as it's supposed to, you know, they've not been as lucky as them lot up the road borrowing Wembley the way they did, but you know they got the London Olympic Stadium and it's not been what they want it to be. So you know it's always going to be a struggle, but I think. If you look at the manager they've brought in Pellegrini, who knows the league, who's won the league, he's won the FA Cup, he's won things that West Ham was kind of had ambition for last season, and they brought in Moyes to steer the boat, and I think he did what he said on the team, exactly what they brought him in for. Is what he did, kept them in the league.
Because I must admit,
everybody gave Moyes a whole load of shit, but you know, fair play to him. You know, he got the best out of what he had at the time, and you know, to get Arnautovic playing the way he did, they've actually signed a player today that I'm so gutted. People that know me know how much I've been banging on about Konoplyanka and Yarmolenko, and to bring in Yarmolenko to West Ham is an incredible signing. He's one of the fucking top wingers out there, and he is as rugged. He's wicked on the ball. He scores goals. He's a top-notch winger. He's got a bit of age on the side now, but I wanted him 2-3 years ago, Yarmolenko. And Konoplyanka is another one. I think he's a Sevilla at the moment. And they brought him in, and they brought in Wilshere. They've got Arnautovic there. He needs to sort out their defense. And don't forget, they still got people like Mikel Antonio that I think is a fantastic player. On his day, is as good as any right back in the blood. I don't even think he's a right back. He's a right back playing striker sometimes. You know, the amount of goals he gets
for him. They're listening to offers for him. I saw on Sky Sports News that they'll accept anything above 15 million.
I think he's worth a punt. You know, wherever goes for him. So you know, I think they definitely need to address the goalkeeping situation because Joe Hart is being shite. He's been fucking garbage. We're giving Ospina shit. Fucking Joe Hart he's been ridiculous. And you know, I think if we're looking to sell Ospina, they might jump on it because they need a fucking keeper. And you know, we might be the new Dortmund to them. Who knows? They might be taking all our rejects. So, you know, if we play our cards right. So, you know, for me, good luck to Jack. I think Pellegrini is the man that can get him maybe a bit up the table to kind of where they want to be if they're willing to spend the money. I think they've got the money. You know, all this TV money. West Ham has got as much money as all the other mid-table teams are going to have, so they're going to have money to spend. So you know, if they buy the right players around him, and he's going to have Kouyaté doing all that legwork for him. So you know,
apparently they've got Fabianski. Apparently they got Fabianski.
They bought Fabianski. Okay. So they definitely needed a goalkeeping situation addressed, and you know it looks like Pellegrini is going to try and get him up the table. So you know I wish him good luck. Jack is always going to hold a special place in my heart. I think you know he's done well for the club within the confines of what his body allows him to do, because people forget how hard it is mentally for people like him to recover from injury, especially when you love the club so much. And I know he's some other times he's got a pass because of who he is, and you know at the club when he should have been bollocked like the rest of them. But you know it's the love sometimes that, and sometimes that's why in a way I feel some of the passes that Jack gets, maybe Iwobi should get some of that as well. But at the same time, they're not fully fledged players in the way that they come to the table. So for me, I just wish Jack every success moving forward, and yeah, as long as he doesn't score goals or assist goals against us, I'm always going to root for him. And if he comes to play against us and I'm at the stadium, I will clap him, I'll cheer him, and you know, while the game is going on, then no. But at the beginning, at the end of the game, he'll get applause from me. That's all I have to say about Jack. Then.
And Lee, your feelings on Jack?
I pretty much echo everything Ola just said. Really, like it's sad that he's gone, but at the same time, the new manager's told him straight, you ain't going to be a starter every week. You're going to have to sit on the bench a lot of the time. And, you know, at the end of the day, he's better than sitting on the bench week in, week out.
Yeah.
And if that means he has to drop down to a lesser sized club like West Ham, no disrespect to them because I quite like West Ham as a club, then so be it. And fair play to him. He'll do very well there. And his old man's a season ticket holder there. That was originally his fucking boyhood club before he came to us 17 years ago. Yeah. But, you know, yes, it's sad. But injuries have crippled him, mate. And you can't keep handing out contracts based off of sentiment and hoping that somebody's going to come good. Yeah. He's had good moments. He got what it meant to us, to fans. And I'll never forget the goal he scored against Norwich. That was fucking class, man. Yeah, I'll never forget his performance against Barcelona when he was a kid.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, he fucking lost him that night, mate. He was fucking superb. But
I mean, to deal with Xavi and Iniesta like that in a game like that, it's incredible.
Mad,
incredible,
mad, bruv. For somebody so young, what was he, 18 back then? Yeah. But one thing I'll say is that, you know, I've seen a lot of people saying that he's gone there for money and he could have stayed and fought for his place. Why should he? Why should he? The guy's in the prime of his career in terms of age.
Yeah, he's 26.
Yeah, he needs to play. He hasn't played anywhere near enough football for his age, yeah? And if West Ham can keep this guy fit and manage him properly, they've got a top player on their hands. And when he comes back to the Emirates, man, I'll be cheering him on Well, I won't be cheering him on because he's being a West Ham shirt. But when they call out his name over the tannoy system, yeah, I'll be fucking giving him a cheer and a big clap, mate.
Of course, yeah. Before the game and after the game, he's definitely going to get an applause from him.
Let's be real. He's gutted he's had to leave. Yeah. But at the same time, this should have been resolved 6 months, a year, 18 months ago when his contract started dropping low, yeah? It didn't. He wanted reassurances that he was going to play. That never came from either of the managers we've got, the one previous and the one now. So, listen, he's got to do what's best for his family, man. Do you know what I mean? And, yeah, good luck to him, mate. I hope he don't score against us. If he does, I know he won't celebrate. But, yeah, it's quite sad, really, when you think about it, because what could have been, mate? Do you know what I mean? But that's injuries for you, man. He's fragile. But I'm gutted he's left.
I love Jack, man. He's so talented. The way he receives the ball on the half turn. I mean, not many people is got the type of ability that he has. And
trust, bro.
yeah,
There's not many people that can receive a ball with their back to like 3 players on the centre circle, drop their shoulder as that fires into him, and just kill all 3 of them in one hit.
He's so talented, and I'm gutted he's gone. But like you said, we have to be. We've all wanted management that's going to be ruthless,
exactly,
and get the best out of the squad that we've got, and now we've got that guy. He's showing a bit of ruthlessness, and we have to be on board with it.
Well, exactly. The thing is, as well, like I said earlier, right? We identify a player we want. There's no fucking about anymore. Bang, we're having him there, right? And we've done that 4 times this summer, right?
Yeah.
Jack didn't
more than we've done in the last 10 years.
Exactly. Jack didn't want to sign on the terms that we offered him. So it was a case of see you later. The fact he's gone for free is irrelevant because we got him for free. Yeah. Yes, it would have been nice to have made a bit of change. But listen, that guy fully got it. He fully committed to the fans and to the club. Yeah, for a long, long time. He's one of the most talented footballers I've ever seen. It's just a shame injuries have crippled him. All the best at West Ham. And any West Ham fans watching this, yeah, you have got a fucking top player. Keep him fit, he'll fucking smash it for you. Yeah, simple as that.
And you touched on it just now as well, with him going for free and not being able to make. And I think that's why we've brought in these 2 guys, because if you look at the assets that we've got at the club at the moment, they're not worth a lot, in terms of contracts and age. So the guys that we've got in the background now, with Ivan and Sven and Raul, it's time for them now to start building assets for us.
Exactly.
And that's where the guys like this Guendouzi guy that we've just brought in, maybe not. That might be a reason why Takuma Asano hasn't been sold, because I think maybe it should be sold. I know you've done a video on why you would not sell Iwobi and loan him out, but for me, I will cut ties with him right now. I would sell him. I'd sell that boy in this season.
I'd sell him.
I'd sell him this season. I'll get rid of him and cut our losses and move on, because I just feel that we need to move away from
negativity,
from the Wenger stuff and all the. We need a clear break away from it all and start moving forward as a club and rebuilding our assets as well.
The only thing I'll say on that, is that's not going to happen completely. The old regime in terms of players, that's not going to be completely cleared and overhauled for maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 transfer windows.
Oh yeah, it's a slow progress.
Right. Aaron Ramsey, for me, now Jack's gone, I would have made Jack captain if he stayed. Yeah, for me, Ramsey's got to be captain. Right, end of story. Yeah, the geezer's a starter every week. Yeah, he would thrive being a captain. Right now, whether that happens or not, we don't know. But for me, that should happen. And moving forward this season, it's like a nervous excitement. Do you know what I mean? It's like we don't know what's going to happen. Like we don't know whether we're going to be shit like we was last season, and we don't know whether we're going to be decent or whether we're going to be indifferent. Yeah. All I'm going to say is I am fucking buzzing at how it's gone. I
said it before that going to the stadium for the opening games, the Chelsea game, the City game. I'm gonna be as jumpy as it's gonna be like I'm on a pogo stick. I'm telling you right now, that's how much of a spring I'm gonna have in my step, like I'm on a pogo stick, man. Because look, we're in an unknown situation right now, and the unknown kind of excites me because we don't know what the fuck we're going to be getting. We don't know what the tactics is going to be. We don't even know what the starting lineup is going to be. Exactly. We don't know who's going to be in goal. Who would you play over Czech or Leno for that game against City, for that game against Chelsea? We don't know. And because we don't know, it excites the hell out of me. I mean, I can't... Look, I want this World Cup to be done already, so we can just get on with things, you know what I mean? And start seeing things and seeing development. Because obviously, now that they've announced that, Torriera was going to be the last big signing that we was going to do. Obviously, if something else then comes out of the woods or some dominoes fall, because Colin did mention it earlier on with Ronaldo moving from Real Madrid to Juventus, maybe some kind of domino effects might just come and drop on our lap. Maybe we then take action on something if something that we can't refuse comes our way. But up until then, you know, I think they are pretty happy with what we've got right now and looking to move forward with it. And you know, we can all we can do as fans is be excited about it. And yeah, I'm buzzing, man. I'm jumpy right now. My backside is twitching like a motherfucker. I want the season to start, man. Trust me. Itchy fingers, goddamn it.
Sorry, so let's finish off with England. Real final question here. So with England, obviously they play Croatia. We now know that the winner of this game will go on and play France, and the loser will play a pointless third-place playoff game. Well, not even a playoff, a third-place game against Belgium. Lee, give me your prediction for tomorrow.
3-1. We're going to do this. We're going to get to a final. And I think we can beat France if we get there. It's going to be nervous. It's going to be like I'm going to be shitting myself the whole game. But listen, we've got nothing to fear, mate. Yeah, it's not like we're fucking playing like world beaters and that have dominated fucking like international football, is it? Listen, Croatia are a good team, so I'm not mugging them off. But at the same time, yeah, they're probably as shitting it as we are against them. Do you know what I mean? They're probably sitting there going, "Fuck, we've got to deal with Kane. We've got to deal with Ali, like fucking Sterling." And if everyone turns up tomorrow, they are fucked, mate. Trust me, we're going to beat them, and we're going to create history by getting to the final. Yeah, and I fully believe that. I think we're doing 3-1, mate.
I just before I come on, I also think England will win. I think it'll be tighter though. I think it'll be 1-0, and I'm predicting Sterling, who hasn't really turned up this World Cup, to score the winning goal as well. 1-0. Probably a Danny Welbeck assist. Fuck it.
Mate, Danny Welbeck's the only thing Danny Welbeck's assisting, mate, is the fucking assistant manager sat on the bench asking for a bottle of water, please.
Ola, what do you
I mean, before I go to that, you gotta be fair to Danny. He's helping them train. He's part of the staff. It's part of the furniture. It's part of the blanket, the water boy, whatever it is. Whatever it is he's doing. Whatever, cleaning the boots, tying the laces, whatever he's doing to help those guys
can I just
get
say,
this cup back home. I'm backing that.
Here, yeah? I looked on Wikipedia earlier, right, and searched Danny Welbeck just to see what honours he'd won, yeah? Right, because I thought he'd won Champions League, but apparently I've been told he was in the squad, but never actually made it. He was only a kid back then, yeah? And I was shocked at his fucking name. Yeah? Is this made up, or is this genuinely his name, lads, yeah? Daniel.
What name are you talking about?
Bruv, don't mug me off. Right, his name, according to Wikipedia, is Daniel Bopple Wallace-Skroom Agamemnon Welbeck. That's Ghanaian. That's Ghanaians for you, man. That's how Ghanaians roll, man. Ghanaians be naming their kids like that, man. Nigerian. Hey, whatever Ghanaians are out there, I ain't taking the piss, but you man be naming your kids some funny names, man. Bro, I thought he was Nigerian, isn't it?
No.
Is that genuinely his name, or is that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's how Ghanaians be doing it, man. So, and to my prediction there, I think it's going to be 1-1. Penalty shootout.
Don't do this to us, Ola. Don't do this.
Croatia has been there twice. We've been there once. We're going to do it on penalties. We've got a much better goalkeeper than they have. This guy's come out telling us about his agility, and it's not just talking about it, he's backing it as well. I think we have the tools and the nerves. I actually think we got much better penalty takers than them. Like you said, don't give Henderson the penalty; he shouldn't be taking. Don't even allow him anywhere near it. But yeah, I think we'll do them on penalties. And
I'm not gonna
lie. For me,
I completely disagree. I think Croatia have much better penalty takers. I would.
No, man. You see the penalty. You see the penalty. You see the penalties we were taking.
Listen,
you see that penalty.
Listen, bruv, you acting like Croatia can't kick ball, bruv. They'll kick them.
Listen, Harry Kane puts the penalty down, the ball down. You know it's in the back of the net. Rashford, he can do that stupid little run up. We know he's scoring. Trippier, he's scoring. Yeah? Vardy scored half his career goals on penalties. Yeah, man's a pussy though. In the league against Colombia, bro.
Well, I think he'll be stepping up the next time.
No. He was supposed to go in. He was supposed to go in front of Dyer and fucking.
I think he'll be doing the next time. Look.
I want a nice clean win. I don't want no bullshit. I just want England to go through.
Well, I know what you want. I know what you want. You want a nickel 1-0 clean sheet. Go away with 1-1 extra time. Get a good pound for my buck, and say a good 120-minute game where everybody's heart racing. You want it to be a game you're never gonna forget, right? You don't just want this one. We're going into the finals. If we do that, going into the finals, do you know how crazy England, the whole country, is gonna be? It's gonna be mazza. It's gonna be crazy out there. It's gonna be madness, man. So yeah, I want all the drama, man. Bring all the smoke. Bring all the smoke. You know what I mean? We're gonna be ready for them, man. 1-1 after extra time penalties, mate.
See, he says we're negative. We're all predicted England wins. Who would have ever thought that 4 weeks ago? But thank you so much to everybody that's watched us, stuck with us for the better part of an hour, 45 minutes. People, Lee, let the people know where they can find you, bro.
Fucking mate,
I'll let you go, Lee.
Find me, they fucking got the daggers
now. Well, I purposely left your Twitter off because I know you're funny about people.
No, do you know what? I've even come off a private, man.
I know.
I came off private the other day. I don't know why. Fucking since then, I've been fucking called white scum and fucking burning hell and fucking all this shit. And I was like, yeah, fucking 15-year-olds, man. They're gassed. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle opinions. But yeah. Anyway, Instagram and Twitter, LeeGunner82, and my YouTube is Gunner Vlogs. So yeah, go follow that shit. Go follow my Instagram. Anybody who DMs me on Instagram, not Twitter, fuck Twitter. Anybody who DMs me on Instagram saying they followed me off of this show, I'll follow them back.
There you go.
Yeah, Twitter, you got no chance. I ain't even interested in Twitter. But Instagram, DM me, tell me you followed via this show, and I'll follow you back.
And that's why I don't put his Twitter on my description. But his Instagram link is literally down below right now. Let's have a look at that. Ola, let the people know where they can find you.
Like I always say, I'm sure Chig is going to be gentleman enough to put in the descriptions below. You can find me on Twitter, Blackscorpion3, on Instagram as well. Same Blackscorpion3. You find us on there. So yeah, give us a follow. Like I always say, we talk about combat sports as well. Just before we go, that DC Stipe Miocic knockout there, that was some craziness, man. And bringing Brock into the octagon.
You know what? No. Don't do this. I'll tell you what we're going to do, right? I'm just going to bypass some shit. Like, so on his YouTube channel, there's Capitalscorpionz Tv, right?
Oh, shit.
What I'm going to do is this. Because Ola won't do this unless I force him to do this. We're going to have, because people always comment down below, like, Chig, when are you going to do the UFC preview? When are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Ola, have me on your fucking channel so we can talk UFC.
That's it, Chig. Stick it on him, bruv. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's sticking it.
And we'll do a UFC discussion. But
you know what's been fucked up about my thing as well, yeah? Because my phone got stolen. Obviously, I was working my YouTube thing on my last phone, and all my theme stuff and the apps that we're using.
Don't tell me.
Went with my phone. It all went with my phone. Basically, I've just been running on this mad little Samsung at the moment, man. That's why I've not really done anything on that.
We're doing
so, but we can do it on your platform, man. We can do it on your platform.
Cool.
I'm down for doing it on your platform, man. We got to talk about this, man. This is crazy. There's some crazy shit going on. We got to talk about it.
No problem. As long as you're promoting the shit at the channel. That's my only fucking
Capitalscorpionz TV. You can find us on YouTube. I'm on there. I'm on there, but I need to get all my stuff back together, and I've not been able to do it just yet. And that's why I've not uploaded anything yet.
About Arsenal, but never fucking talks about his channels. It's infuriating, so I'm going to make it sure. But yeah.
Can I just end this show on one final point that I've just seen on Twitter?
Go on.
This will make you laugh, right? Considering the amount of fanboys out there that are loving off Giroud for getting to a final, yeah? Right? Yeah. Even though he don't play for us, fucking work that logic out, right? Olivier Giroud has been on the field for 7 hours at this World Cup. He's yet to have a shot on target. Yeah, but Arsenal Twitter would tell you they're fucking fully in love with him. They're buzzing for him. Such a nice guy. Buzzing that he's at the fuck off, man. Yeah, I hope he fucking does a hamstring in fucking warm up for the final and we spank him 6-0.
Well,
you like triggering these motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. 2 to 3 weeks has never done any harm. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get past the Croatia game, and then we can start wishing bad on Giroud. Let's get past the Croatia game, then we can start.
And then let's start talking shit about French players.
Yeah. Fucking listen. Let's not let this fucking talk of it's coming home distract us from the fact that we spank Man City in 33 fucking days' time. In fact, we'll all be rejoicing of a 5-0 win by now. Yeah,
I'm jumping on a pogo stick for that, man. No joke, team, blood. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Madness.
Hold on.
So anyway, there you go, people. But if you like the show, crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of that like button. I appreciate every time you guys do that. You have no idea how much that really does help get the show noticed. And thank you.
Chig is going to offer us that contract. We're going to sign the thing.
Listen, I want 350 grand a week or I'm not appearing next season. I'll
as long as you provide me a piano so I can play a piano while I'm signed on. Yeah, man.
I'm going to go shopping in Sweden and you can play piano, yeah?
Mercenaries.
I don't give a mate. I'm fully up there, mate. I'll sell my fucking missus if I have to. I'm only joking, by the way.
Yes, there, right now.
I'm only joking, by the way.
Oh, man.
All right, man. We're out of here, people. Enjoy your, Tuesday? Enjoy your Tuesday evening. Come on, England. You got this, motherfuckers. You got this.
Well, bring it home. It's coming home.
Southgate in the team. Take care. Peace.